music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Black Ink Crew Season 4, Episode 8. Yes, the braids, I've taken them out my hair. So my hair is in a really, really messy bun. So I'm like, why her hair look foolish? Well, it's because it looks crazy. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Got thirsty. And do not forget to hit the notification bell. It will let you know when I have new videos up. Also, y'all always say, I never know you're going to be live. I'm going live this Saturday around 10 p.m.-ish. Eastern, I'm in Michigan, so 10 o'clock Michigan time. Well, I don't know what time it is where you is. But yeah, I'll be live this Saturday on my YouTube at 10. I did last Saturday too. And people were saying, oh my God, I didn't know, I missed it. I didn't know. So I will be talking about it in the videos for today and tomorrow. So hey, no one can say you didn't tell me you was gonna be live. I will be live on my YouTube this Saturday at 10, which is 2 hours for Power come on, and that gave me time to get hyped for Power. Anyway, so this episode of Black Ink Crew, I have to admit, I was like, where's Ryan? Ryan wasn't in it. I feel like this is like a filler episode solely because I feel like maybe they was shooting the season and they were trying to wrap up some stories because they're still shooting the season now. Like, they're still shooting stuff now, and then the preview of the stuff that they're doing next week, I know for a fact I remember seeing Ryan and 4 going live with that stuff or whatever. So, I'm wondering if this episode was a filler episode because other thing was being shot around the same time. I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me. Anyway, so we do see Don calling meeting with the group or whatever. They all at the dude, shop or whatnot. And he brought them all together because, the last episode we saw, Lily was tackling Charmaine and Charmaine was trying to stab that damn witch balloon. So he like, look, I've been in therapy, and in my therapy I've learned that people have to get things off their chests nicely, easily, and they have to be like listened to or whatever, pay attention to what I'm like. Look, so the resident cheetah is gonna come and offer advice and guidance to people. Okay, I'll go with it. Anyway, he then asked Cobra and Danielle to step off the shop, and it was like, why? He said, because me, Charmaine, Lily, 4 and Van need to talk because we were the original 5 who agreed to go in business together. So I guess they supposed to be the bosses. Okay, the bosses with no bosses, but they're all bosses. And he said so they want only the people who was in charge to be there. And I'm like, so okay, so this whole these hoes ain't loyal ink thing is gonna really be a thing. Like, I mean, I don't like it. Like, I want them all to be back together, but then again, I don't. So I don't know. I'm fickle about it right now. Anyway, so he like, look, wait, what did I write? Oh, I was like, what did I, because I wrote a note that said, my note said he ain't say shit they couldn't hear. I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I forgot. I wrote that because when he made, I'm so damn dumb. When he made Cobra and Danielle leave out, he didn't say shit they couldn't hear. I mean, I was like, why he have them leave? I wrote that to remind myself that was my thought at that moment. Because they really like got up and went outside, like stood outside. Like, they didn't go sit in the back. They didn't go like, they like went and stood outside in the parking lot and was like, tweedity. And it was just that. Anyway, they talk. Lily give her little 2 sides. Charmaine give her 2 sides. But Lily said how she felt like Charmaine is consistently like over talking people, not listening to people, and basically dismissing other people's feelings, even though she is also aware that she needs to work on her emotions and controlling her emotions and not getting so, out of pocket. Charmaine brings up and say how she admits that she only got the LLC because she was doubting her place within the company. But I'm like, no, that's not true. You did it to get at Lily. And Ford and Van called her out on her bull. Like, she was like, no, you did that shit to get at her. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't act like you did it for any other reason besides that. Charmaine was full of shit when she got that to you. She may have felt that way. She may have felt like Lily beat me up. She beat me up. She beat Danielle up, or she at least put her hands on us, and no one wanted to call her out on it. So they don't really rock with me how they supposed to rock with me. So let me try to pull this power move and get the LLC in my name. But again, you did it because of Lily. Like, that was the whole thing. And Lily was like, I would never do some shit like that. That ain't something that I would do. And no one should have. I mean, simply because it was just weird. I mean, I also feel like I don't care because I feel like these are filler episodes and filler situations. And I think the beef between them ain't no real beef. I think Charmaine full of shit. I think Lily is just crazy. And they don't mesh well when the other one isn't listening to the other one. And if they both just shut up sometime, it won't be that many issues. They basically make up. You know what I'm saying? With Don, how y'all have more in common than y'all have, differences. Like, B gave the most random, hoodish examples. Y'all both like to smoke weed. Y'all both like to drink. Y'all both like to what did you say? Smoke weed, drink. Y'all both like penises and coochie. Something like dicks, coochies, drinks, and weed. Like, that's all they got in common. Look, everyone has that in common. Well, not because I don't smoke weed, and I don't like coochie. But I mean, that's not nothing new. I'm like, that's not a. See, Don is just so Don. It was just stupid. And then they're like, oh, that's true. I'm like, y'all just so surface. Anyway, none of y'all squashing the beef, basically. And then Charmaine says she gonna burn the LLC paperwork. And I said to myself, y'all ain't fooling me. That meant one or two things. One, she never got the name LLC in the first place, and it was just something on a piece of paper. Or two, it's fake or fugazi, because again, burning a piece of paper does not mean if she filed it the right way that it's no longer valid. If you filed it, if you burn a paper, does not mean that you're no longer a LLC. It's just a piece of paper. That's like if I burn my trademark paperwork, I still have a trademark. So I'm looking like, man, whatever. Anyway, we see four in the studio working his magic or whatever, trying to, get a hold of the hit. He's trying to, make it work out of any means necessary. I respect Ford's hustle and his grind. If you have been watching since season 1, and if you recall how Ford looked and sounded and maneuvered his way with tattooing his music, he is definitely about his business now. Not saying he wasn't back then, but back then I don't think he was as serious. I think he was more just hungry to be popping, and he was just like kind of doing just like whatever. And where now it seems like he's just more focused. Like, I love how he cut them damn nasty ass dreads off, and how he just looks more professional. Like, he looks like a person trying to get, trying to do something with his life. And I love the transformation of Ford from season 1 to season 4. So he was talking about, I was going to work with London on track, and he wanted me to go to LA, but I did not because of the situation with Nikki and then the shop shit or whatever. So I'm going to keep grinding because usually you get one shot. And so I'm trying to get my second. And, as he's in there talking, London on the track. It's like FaceTime him, like talking to him, like, hey man, what's up? I want you to come out here. He like, yeah man, some things that happened. I'm sorry I didn't get out there. It's been so much or whatnot. A little excuses. And London say like, look, bro, I ain't all about, making, be like hounding somebody or treating you like a child or whatever. Like, when I say come out here, like, you need to come out here. Like, get on the plane, get out. Like, I'm gonna get you a ticket. Come out here, grind it out. We're gonna make some music, make it pop or whatever. I think you should come out here. And I'm like, the fact that you get a whole second call, I think you should go. Ford has talent. He really, really does. He is talented. He has a good look. When he has a great flow. Like, I think all he needs is a global hit. The Chicago record, the Chi-Town record was great, but it was a city anthem. It was a city hit. I don't think I heard it on the radio here in Detroit, but I would hear it like on the TV shows, on Instagram. I put it up on like on the iTunes or whatever. So you heard it around, but he need like a global, not a local hit. You know what I'm thinking? Anyway, so at this point, he like, you know what I'm saying? I need to get out there. All right, and I like how London said, like, you know what I'm saying, time waits for no man, and we both men. Me and the nigga, we ain't waiting. Get your ass out here. So I'm like, okay, that was cool. So this is also why I felt like maybe this was supposed to be the end of a season, and they maybe realized we ain't got enough shit to shoot a show. Because everything kind of seemed weirdly wrapped up. It was odd to me. Anyway, and I don't say that right now. So Ashley said she's visiting from Texas. She's visiting from Texas to have like a little family time, whatever. Her, Don, and the boys. And now the youngest son ends up getting hurt. Don was supposedly giving the little baby a bath, and he said, I turned my head for one moment to grab something, and my son cut the hot water on. The hot water was running on him, and it was cold and hot water. And so then they called the 911. He going to the hospital. Don following in the car. After y'all, she praying to Jesus, help her baby. He got all these burns. These burns. Now let me say this. I have been the victim of when you cut the hot water on by mistake too much, bitch, and you burn your goddamn self. I mean, it hurts very, very badly. It's torture a little bit like that. The son, I'm like, that was the quietest burnt baby from hot water I've ever seen, ever heard. He did not even look phased, sitting at the hospital. I think the hospital visit was a precaution, and you have to take precaution, absolutely. It's just weird for me because I'm like, oh, they're going to the hospital, and the nurse asking, well, what's the address? And she's like, oh, well, my address, or his address, we'll use his dad's address. Oh my God. And I have to think about how this is making me realize how we are affected, having two different addresses. I'm like, I really hope, I don't know. I just felt some kind of way. Like, was the baby really badly burned? You know what I'm saying? It was weird for me because the baby looked so fine. He was still he wasn't crying. He looked happy. He did not appear to have been burned. Usually if a kid is burned or whatever, it's just like I've seen it happen. I can say I know a kid who was badly burned, and kids who weren't badly burned but it still happened. And you see how the hospitals are checking on them. So I do wonder if he was okay physically, and his body was just probably red from the sting of the hot water, and not that he had like burns. So I was like, but I was happy the kid was happy. He was, laughing, sitting on Don or whatever, looking at him. He was a happy baby. So I'm happy he's okay. Great. Anyway, he was released and he was fine. So he was the calmest burned by water baby he really was. I mean, he honestly really was. Anyway, Ashley then says because of that situation, she realizes she needs to move back from Texas, that the family needs to be together. And so her and Don are talking, and she like, Silas wants to be able to move back for us to be able to co-parent, like put our issues to the side and be here for both our boys because they need to be raised together. I do think, the boys need to be raised together. What I always find weird about Ashley and Don is, or just anybody who want to get back together for the kids. It reminds me of Peter Guns and Amina on Love and Hip Hop. Well, who they used to be on Love and Hip Hop. Because she like, I want the kids to be raised together. Don ain't a good husband. He isn't. And I do like how Don said they both have individual work they need to do before they can be back together as a couple, which is true. I think that's very, very true. So I hope when she moved back, like, I don't even think they should be in the same house. I don't. Because it will confuse things. He has already did all kinds of things to her, cheated on her, and who knows what she's done to him. I don't know what, because he said she got a whole attitude problem, and we do usually see Ashley with a goddamn attitude. But who knows the reason for that attitude, because the thing that Don has done to her. I'll be trying not to talk so fast sometimes, y'all. I promise y'all I do. Anyway, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just a little bit tired. But yeah, when she say like, can we try the thing again? Can we try to co-parent for the kids? And he was like, okay, cool. But he kind of make a joke like, well, yeah, I got some rules. We got to have these snacks and these cleaning products or whatever. It was cute. It was funny. And she said, well, my only request is that we don't argue. That's a good thing too. So now she back, and again, it was like I felt like this was a season finale. I'm like, they kind of wrapping shit up. Like, okay, Don, I asked you back, the baby getting burnt, brought them back together. Okay, if she like it, but my thing was, my rule would have been, Don, you can't cheat. Don, don't be cheating on me. Don, don't be thinking you free to date other women. Don't be you be Snapchatting other women. Like, I would have had those kind of rules if I'm back. Okay, because you're my husband. Anyway, Charmaine went to her job. Now we know Charmaine is on this at the radio station on the weekends. She decides to go there on the weekday, dressed like a damn hooker in the wintertime. I'm like, her dress was like right below her coochie. Okay, right below the coochie, and it was a long sleeve tight dress. I'm like, who wear that to work, girl? Straight hooker-ish in the wintertime. That's what it remind me of. Anyway, she come in like, I got muffins and whatever and coffee, whatever, and she walked into people's cubicles. Here, girl, get a muffin. Was a muffin or a donut? Whatever it was. One girl said, who is that? Because she ain't never on the weekdays. Anyway, she go to her boss's office. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, it's a weekday. I'm just here like to help out, like whatever you want. Like, if you want, I can work so much of time. Like, I just want to be here to help with whatever you need. And she do start pitching the ideas. So I have an idea, like how we can be like more on the street, and like I can go ask random people, random pop culture quality, like, what do you think about, this or this and this and this, and see their reaction. And he said, well, I think that's a good idea. We don't have no space for it, on the radio or whatever, but what I can do for you is, like, since you have all this energy, and I do like this little new thing or whatever, we can have you fill in for people in the daytime when someone isn't here. You can be the fill-in girl. We can do that, but after that, get the hell on. So, it was cute. Oh my God, thank you. Loud as ever. He like, why you so loud? Your lips so big, you so loud. She literally said, she laughed when he said she had big lips and her mouth was really loud. She said, you know what I'm saying, my bad. I sucked a lot of dick back in the day. Why would you tell your boss that? And even he looked like, what the fuck? Girl, I just cannot. So they do have her go do like a co-hosting gig with some DJ called, a guy called Capone, Tone Capone. I think it was Tone Capone. Somebody Capone, who was a top DJ radio personality guy there in Chicago, on that station. And they interviewed Nipsey Hussle. Charmaine did good. Charmaine is in her bag in the radio. I think the reason she may not have made it further is because on the show, she comes off as a person who people might not want to be interviewed by. Because she just, on the show, she just sometimes stuff fucking aggravating. But in that interview, she was very professional. She was loud. She was cutting out the other guy a little bit or whatever. But I think she was just anxious and she was nervous. But she did a really good job. She knew a lot of stuff. She knew a lot of stuff about Nipsey Hussle, which, that was a great thing. And it was a great interview. So, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to Charmaine. Y'all know I don't give her kudos too much. But she was in her bag on that thing. Everyone has their place in life. And her place is on the radio. Like, she's good at that when she's in it. So, it's a cool thing. Anyway, Jen and Van. Van is a battered woman. Okay? He is so sad. Jen pull up. They're supposed to meet or whatever. And she's like, where you at? I'm in the back. Come around the back. I'm looking like Van is such a girl. I swear to God, he is. Van is an abused woman. No. Van is an abused man. And he also got a cheating girlfriend. So it's just really funny. This kid. So, she pull up or whatever. And at first she get out the car and they talking. Can we get in the car? I'm like, Van is so... Girl. Van name was Venetia. Okay, you can't tell me no damn different. And I feel like... he's a girl. Anyway, he is still assuming that Jen cheated on him with some guy at a club because his brother caught him and told him, like, I saw Jen in the club dancing on some dude or whatever. She had on the Chicago Gorilla shirt, whatever shirt is. Is it called Chicago Gorilla, whatever it's called. She had on one of them shirts or whatever, and so Van is pissed off. Like, my brother is a reliable source, and so I know what he said is true. Jen denied. I wouldn't do that. Why would I be up somewhere with that shirt on doing something dumb? I wouldn't be up in the club or dancing with some guy. I wouldn't be doing that. Girl, from your ears to God's mouth to somebody's, I don't know. Anyway, Van and Karla, like, you know what I'm saying? Look, my name is Venetia, and I love you, Jen. But I love you enough to leave you alone because I can't be hurt like this no more. I'm like, he is really giving a female speech. Like, he is really female speeching it on out right now. I'm like, you really just said to her, you love her enough to let her go because you can't take the hurt and pain anymore because this isn't the first time she cheated on you. So she be beating you, cheating on you, and you just sad and angry and upset. And that's why he be getting all mad. That's why he do that because he's a better woman. Anyway, Jen still saying she ain't doing nothing. He like, well, you know what? I can't take it. So he grabbed his purse. He got out the car. He pulled the damn Alice Keating from How to Roll Murder. I gotta go. He laughed. I'm like, but I think they together now because I think I saw he posted on his Instagram a picture of her or whatever. So I think they're back together. But who knows? Anyway, it felt like they were wrapping up these stories. Like, okay, Jen and Van talked and he broke up with her because she was cheating and he's getting beaten up and he's been cheated on. He just a sad puppy dog who was tired of being abused and he is Venetia. Anyway, so we do see Ford has decided to go to LA. And he got his whole man set. Even though Nikki walking around in her damn jeans and her bra to change his mind, trying to look cute. You really want to go? Do you really have to go? I'm like, girl, he going. And I feel like even though I know she's sitting there because she's going to miss him, let that man go make that money. Let him go make a hit. So that way you both can move to LA or you both can not have to worry about money. You don't have to be working so much. This girl, let him make his money. The same way you in Chicago doing all the weaves, all the sew-ins, all the lace fronts, I'm saying, all the closures, all the 13,000 inches hair. Let him go to LA and make a song or two. That's gonna get all kind of record play. Let him do that. Anyway, she asked if he had told the crew, and he said no. He said, I don't want them to. He said, I don't want to hear any negativity. I don't want to hear anything about me leaving. I want to be able to just leave without having any issues. And, the shop just not getting back right. So I want to keep it that way. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. They have an opening party for, you know what I'm saying? These hoes ain't loyal, Inc. And everyone is there, of course, except Ryan. I wanted to see more Ryan's episode. I really did. While I like them, they all don't get on my nerve. I felt like this episode was missing something. I think it's because Ryan isn't there. Even if they're all not together, it still is great to see them all on the show. The same way I felt like when they did Black and Crew New York, the regular one, New York cast, they could have still kept Sassy and Puma with their own shop, and it could have been, you know what I'm saying, not flipping flopping, but you know what I'm saying, there's two stories, a show about two tattoo shops and these people who are connected in some kind of way. I think the reason that Puma and Sassy never did not make it is because they focused only on season them. Like, it was only on them. I hope on this Black and Crew Chicago show, even though they're going to be two different shops, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, 9 Mag, which is the original with Ryan Jr. I'm pretty sure 4 going to be over there too. And then, you know what I'm saying, These Hoes Ain't Loyal, Inc. will be another shop. But there'll still be connections between the two because I'm pretty sure Don going to go back and forth with still being cool with Ryan. Maybe. We shall see. But I do think 4, when he come back from LA, he gonna be at Ryan's shop, if you ask me. Anyway, the opening party. They was all in off-white to me. Not white, it was an off-white, a little bit off. And Charmaine basically formally apologized to Lily and Reese about her tripping or whatever, saying she was tripping, it's dead now, that she had some shots, that should be good. I like how Reese said it's crazy that we had to basically disrespect Charmaine and boycott and picket to get her to, you know what I'm saying, get off her damn high horse and come down to reality to kind of know what she was doing, which is kind of stupid. Okay. Then they all toasting or whatever. A stripper walk in with a 9 Mag shirt on, saying it's this 9 Mag, and he ripping it off. You hear Charmaine say, "Let's do it. Let's get wild. Let's turn up." Whatever she was saying. Van getting mad, I can't believe this. This is an act of war. You know what I'm saying? Is this Ryan? I can't believe Ryan would do this. I'm like, Well, you know what I said all the time. You can't go one episode without hearing Ryan's name from one of their damn mouths. He then Van tackles the dancer. I mean, literally tackle him to the floor, and then Van, some other guy, and Four kind of push the dude out the door. You hear Charmaine saying, "What are y'all doing?" No. Turns out Charmaine was the one who hired the stripper to come in and do that as a joke to them, but she did not only have the male stripper dude, she had a female too. I'm looking like, Van, just because Jen beats you, you do not have to take your aggression out on other people, okay? You damn broken. He got broken woman syndrome. He do, because he just crazy. Anyway, the dude stripping now, the girl stripping now, everybody they just two strippers, and then out the blue, the male stripper pull his dick out, and they all surprised. I'm like, first of all, that shop can't be sanitary. It's too many dicks that's been out in that place. It's just kind of weird. And I also feel like they do know when you hire male strippers to do a private party, they do get naked. They take the dicks out. Okay, I've been to a few private parties. The dicks always come out. I mean, it's always weird because you just don't want to see random dick. But still, it is what it is. Anywho, so from there, they danced and it was whatever. And then we see Four leaving the shop and his little montage of goodbyes, how he been there for a while, how he gonna miss the shop, he gonna miss the people, how Kat had his back, how Van had his back, how Ryan had his back, how Lily had his back, all these things. I'm looking like, well, you coming back though, bruh? He ain't going nowhere. Like you shooting the season now. That's why I feel like the show maybe was supposed to be done and they ain't have enough. And now they're continuing to shoot because more things have happened since the show started shooting. Since the show started shooting, they then closed down the shop, opened up 2 shops. You know what I'm saying? All these things have happened, so they have to kind of continue that on. We do know that most of the time for the show, it is like a beginning of the season and the end. Like it's always like the beginning, a little break in the middle, and then more shows towards the end. So I do think the rest of the season is going to be better. We see Ryan and Ford together in LA. We know they have to go to the whole Jamaica thing, and they were shooting the Jamaica scenes a couple weeks ago. Because again, I follow I follow Ryan, For, Don, and Charmaine on IG. I think I follow Junior too. And so when they were shooting stuff in Jamaica, we knew they all were there. So I'm like, they have to do all that stuff. And I just seen 4 posts on his live. He was on a boat in Chicago, and he said, we still shooting the show now. I haven't watched the show, whatever. So I don't know what's going on, but the show is still being shot now. So again, they not finished shooting the season. So I'm sure we have a lot to go for them to finish up. So yeah, but I can't wait to see the rest of the season. And that's kind of how I went off. So yeah, I'm like, okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this interview, Lord Jesus, this review. I'm going to bed. It's this really late. Peace.